It looks like we are now live, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, getting everything ready to rock and roll here. We're going to give everyone just a quick minute to jump on. We have a lot of people already jumping on right now to watch the webinar this evening, the FAB check-in. I'm going to be your host this evening. You're not going to see much of me. You're going to be seeing much more of our presenter tonight, but I will be here just for the first minute to welcome everybody on. But as you jump on, go ahead and let's fill up this chat right now. Let us know where you're watching this webinar from. It's always fun just to see where everyone's checking in from, whether you're in a or in a different country. It's always fun to see where you're watching the webinar on Zoom and let us know. It looks like we got some Georgia in the house. We got Colorado. We got Texas. We have Indiana, California, Maine. Welcome, South Dakota. We got Kansas City, Missouri, Wisconsin, more Texas, New Jersey, California, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there we go, our first international distributor watching tonight. We got Mexico in the house, absolutely fantastic. Louisiana, who dat? Absolutely. Saints are looking good this year. Congratulations to you guys. And as you go ahead and jump on, feel free to throw into the chat where you're watching this from. But just to set the tone, if this is the first time you're tuning in for one of these check-in meetings tonight, this is a call that we're going to be doing every single night this week, starting at 7 o'clock with a member of our FAB or our Field Advisory Board. This is a group of distributors that we work with here closely on a daily basis here at corporate to help us kind of know what to do next with the distributor field. And we're incredibly excited because we got a brand new Field Advisory Board that's ready to rock and roll. And we're extra excited tonight because we got a Master Pro 10 member of the Field Advisory Board that's going to jump on here and inspire us. I'm sure all of you have been able to meet Marcel or seen Marcel over the years here at LifeVantage. He's been here since day one here at LifeVantage, has trained all over the place, all over the world, shared with thousands upon thousands of distributors about the LifeVantage opportunity and what we have at our fingertips here at the company. And we're honored tonight because we get a chance to go ahead and pick his brain. We're going to give him a chance to share some thoughts, share some insights, as well as have him answer some of your questions from all of you out there watching tonight. So without further ado, please help me welcome to our webinar tonight, Master Pro 10, Marcel Niederhauser. Marcel, the floor is yours, my man. Go ahead.
Thank you, Colton. I appreciate the introduction, dude. We have been doing this for a while, haven't we?
It's been a while. It's been a little bit.
You guys, I'm excited. I got 30 minutes to leave you with some ideas on how you can take advantage of this ITT. But first of all, I want to say thank you, Colton, for the introduction. I also want to thank the existing FAB. They left us in good hands. Everything you saw at convention that rolled out, they had their fingerprints all over it. That was exciting. So anytime you see them or you get a chance, please thank them. I also want to say thank you to Steve for caring about this company and caring about the leadership. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but wow, we had that virtual convention. The company knocked it out of the park. You guys, I still can't sleep from all the excitement. And, I'm a big proponent of getting together in groups of people, and that's still needed. But for doing a virtual convention, that was our first one. It was unreal. And I hope that all of you on this call tonight got just as excited about everything as I did. Because I'm also very lit up and excited about all of you and your opportunity. Now, lots of things were done. I want you to think of some questions as I talk and the things I share with you, because I'd like to answer them as I go, but I'm going to focus on the part of ITT. And I'm going to share a few thoughts. I'm going to go through a couple things, and then I'm going to close out with a challenge, and I cannot wait to throw this at you. So here we go. ITT, Invite Tool Team. Like I said at convention, I've been doing this forever. And so it's really easy to get excited about something you're already doing. but I've never had the opportunity to do it with an app. So I'm going to also talk about how to use the app and do the ITT. Now remember, there's all kinds of things you can do, but I only got a little bit of time, and I can't go over everything. So I'm going to focus in that area. So when you ask your questions, keep them directed to the app and ITT. So first of all, invite. There's a lot. I'm going to focus on 3, and I'm going to focus on how you can get this thing moving quickly. So there's people that you know fairly well that you can just send them a text and you're not worried about what they think or what they're going to say. There's people you don't know so well. And one thing I found in this industry, the reason why people don't like to share information, one of the biggest reasons is because they're afraid of rejection, or they're afraid of judgment, or they're afraid of, having to answer the hard questions. But just any kind of rejection or resistance knocks them down. And so I'm going to talk about that too. And then I'm going to talk to you about stagnant distributors, or people that have kind of been around for a while that aren't moving again. And what you're going to find out, my invite to all of them is going to be fairly similar. And so here's what I like. I like to get straight to the point. So with people that I know, I am just going to send them a text. They're going to answer me back. And depending on what they answer, whether I send them the first touch video or if I have to send them a few more texts. If there's a little resistance, I'm going to send a few more texts. People that I don't know so well, I might call them, and I might even call the people I know. And I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to say, you guys, you're not going to freaking believe this, but our company they're getting involved in technology, and they just launched an app at convention, and they put together 2 of the most powerful videos that I believe will catch your interest. But don't let me be the judge. Let me show you how easy it is now to get information in the front of other people. And matter of fact, I'm just going to send you a text. You go along with me. And while you're doing this, I want you to sit and think, wow, can I do what he's doing right now? Because you guys, tools. Let me tell you what tools do, okay? I don't want anybody to get confused. I don't want anybody to think just because we've got 2 brand new videos, it's going to build your business and all you got to do is send them out. All a tool does is gets in front of somebody and creates interest. It's an easy way to get information in front of them. And people resist that a little bit, but it's to get their attention. All I want a person to say is I want more information, or yes, I'm interested, or tell me about it. Man, when they tell me that, game over. Anyway, you get the picture. So then I send them the first text, and then I send them the follow-up video, which that 2-minute video, and I'm going to read some dialogue in here in just a minute. And then the people I don't know so well, I'm going to do the same thing. And the stagnated distributors, I'm going to call each of them on the phone. I'm going to say the same thing. We just launched an app. We've got 2 videos that I think is going to catch people's attention. I want you to watch them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the app and show you how easy it is to get information in front of people. Now, it doesn't matter if it's the stagnated distributors. It doesn't matter if it's the people I know very well or the people I don't know so well. The next question out of my mouth is going to be, and when they respond, I will help you get them enrolled. Now, that's really going to work a lot with brand new distributors because I'm building my business. The other distributors, I'm going to help them a couple times to help them get on their feet. And here's what I want you to know. When I saw those videos, the reason why they're so powerful to me is because they will build confidence in people. People will be able to develop their confidence. They need to send that out. So that's why I have them watch it. And the first question I ask them is, how did you like that? And then based off of their response, or after they watch it, they give me that response. Okay. And then I called up my sister-in-law today, or I called her up on the phone and I said exactly that. I said, hey, Lisa, we just launched a new app and I cannot believe, people are using technology now, how easy it is to get information in front of people. I want to send you a video. I want you to play along, and I want you to see if you believe this is something you can do. Because once you get the people in, I'm very good at helping you, or once you get them interested, I'm really good about helping you get them involved. And so I'm going to just read to you how it went. And guess what? I did it all through the app. And I'm going to read the app because this is the language that it says. I'm going to show you that sometimes I change the language. And it says, hey, Lisa, hold on before I say that. 90% of what I send out is going to be on health because I don't know one person that's not interested in their health. And I'll turn that health into opportunity later. Now, I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to give you ideas. And since I don't have a couple hours to go through every angle, just remember, this is the way I'm going to handle it. Hopefully, you can handle it any way you want. But it says, hey, Lisa, I know that you care about your health. I have something you should see. Do you have a few minutes to check it out? I didn't say, well, I'll let you over here. And she writes back, I sure do. So Monday at 10:21, she responded at 1:08. Hi, Lisa, here's a quick video on how you can flip the switch. Let me know what you think. Not let me know when you have time to read it. I changed. Let me know what you think. She watched it at 6:02 p.m., so 4 or 5 hours later. She writes back, watched it, looks good. And I wrote back, Lisa, that's awesome. Here's a second video that is an overview that will dive into more detail about what you just watched. Side note, these are the two videos we use to get their attention. So if they appeal to you, and we might be able to get some good stuff done. And then she watched the overview. Today at 6:02. So this was yesterday at 6:02. Hey, Lisa, I wanted to be sure you saw my message. I know you're busy, life can be. This information is so important. I can't wait to share. Do you have a little time to learn? Sorry, I haven't even watched them. I will try to do it later. So maybe she just told me she didn't watch the first one. So there's the correspondence. I want you guys to know, they're not just going to watch it and jump on board. You might have to say a few more things. Now, I've got 30 people in here that I've been going back and forth. Some people I know, some people I'm trying to resurrect. Obviously, I don't have time to go through all of them, but I'm sharing you Lisa's story because here in just a minute, I'm going to share something with you that I think that it's going to blow your mind. So the next thing, there's more to talk about that. The next one is tool. Okay, I've talked about the tools, and I believe this is why I'm so excited. People are so puzzled. Why is Marcel excited? Because I now have something that I can send to somebody. I now have something I believe in. I have something that I know if I can get somebody to watch it, I can turn it into a distributor or a customer. I know that for a fact. And I know I'm going to get told no, just like I've always been told no. It don't matter what the tool is, how much gold plate's on it, what it looks like. You're still, you could have 12 gold bars and you could call people and people will tell you no. And that's because they're so skeptical that they don't believe you really have them. Does that make sense? So just get used to saying no. And you're going, or not you, getting told no, but you're going to be able to turn those no's into yeses. How do you do that? How do you think I've been learning the app? I haven't logged into the app for 4 years because the first time I tried using it, I put 20 people in the hopper, started working it, and it didn't flow the way I wanted it to. So it lost my attention. Did the same thing. I got the app. I started playing with it. It was working. It was flowing the way that I like it to flow. And all of a sudden, I'm in love with it because it's going to make things simpler. It's not going to do it for you. It's going to simplify. The goal in network marketing, if you want to be successful, is you have to get information in front of people. And this tool is powerful. Listen, after I figured out how to use it, because I didn't watch the videos like the normal person would, I had to figure it out all the hard way, but now I understand it. I laid in bed at midnight, and in 3 minutes, I sent out 10 text requests asking people if they'd be interested in either health or money. In the morning, I woke up, 8 or 9 out of the 10 responded. 3 minutes later, I had sent them all a video. And at any time I want, you guys, I can just stop the video texting and call them on the phone or set up a Zoom or go to their house. So think about what I'm saying. I do my job is I do whatever I have to get somebody signed up. Legal, lawful, all that stuff, ethical. But I do whatever. I'll use whatever tool I need to. If I don't need to use a tool, I won't use it. All right. I'm just trying to get all this stuff out, you guys. 15 minutes is not enough time to really dive in and give you, but I think I can cover it. So tools are used to get people to say, I'm interested. Think about this. I could build a business this way if this is all I had, because when Tyler and I started this business, you guys, we didn't have anything like what you got. I'm not going to tell you that again. But anyway, what if I told you to go out and buy a dozen pencils and over the next day, hand them out and tell everybody you'll be back tomorrow to talk about the pencil. You go back the next day, they answer the door, you say, hi, how'd you like that pencil? It doesn't matter what they say. Great, let's go sit at the kitchen table. I got something I want to share with you. See how I got myself in the door by using a pencil? Well, those videos are a lot better than a pencil, but I'm trying to illustrate my point. You don't care what they say, how they feel. Your job is to get information, because I feel once I give them the information and they still tell me no, there's nothing else that can be said. But until they have the information, you're going to have to be on your game a little bit. How do you learn to do that? By doing it. How do you learn the app? By using it. I suggest you get 4 or 5 people right now that you know into the funnel and start going back and forth, and then get some people you want to contact in there and start learning it. Watch the videos, but start applying it. Okay, so tool. Invite tool team. This is the part that's very, very critical. So I'm going to talk to the brand new person, and then I'm going to talk to the person that's already in and has people in their organization that are going to be using this. So the first one is, if you're brand new or you're getting started, or you've been around, you don't really have a lot of downline yet, and you're still working on it, you need to get on the phone and set up some times with 3 or 4 people in your upline. Since we're all on the same page, there shouldn't be any problem finding somebody that's doing this. You with me? Get 3 or 4 of them, let them know you're sending them out, have them on standby so they can help you. Now, obviously the text messaging and all of that stuff is in there and it works, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of help, or a lot of bit of help, or a 3-way call, or anything. And let's say you get them to the overview video and they're interested. Have somebody on standby that you can get on the phone immediately and show this person that we're working together. ITT, team, we're working together, and they have help. They're not going to be doing this on their own. Everything we do, if we do it by example, we teach the right things and we follow the system and we follow the ITT, you're going to find out that this thing will move mountains and we will get a bunch of people in. And it's already started. I saw the enrollments today. Things are pretty freaking awesome. So the other one is, here's how I'm going to use it. And I kind of already explained it to you. So anybody that I personally call and say, hey, let's look at this. We have an app. It's simplified now. We're going to get information out. I will help you every step of the way. Now, you're thinking, wow, that sounds like a full-time job. Any brand new person I'm working with, or anybody I'm trying to get launched, or anybody I'm trying to resurrect, I'm going to do 4 or 5 of these with them. I'm going to help them every along the way, go through all the obstacles that we got to go through, and I'm going to teach them that you're still going to be alive when it's over. You're not going to bleed. It's not going to hurt. Everything's going to be fine. And that's the way I built my business anyway. I work with people. I teach them by example, by doing it, and I do it right through them to the next person, to the next person. That's a whole nother conversation. So I hope I'm talking fast, but I hope this is making sense. Like I said, write down your questions. Now, I'm checking my notes. Yep, I did. I took notes. The only other thing I'm going to say is you have to follow up. And if you find yourself without help, you still have to follow up. Now, I've never really had an upline, so I had to learn everything the hard way. And that's why there's nobody in this business that wants it faster or stronger or better than I do. Nobody. I want this. And over the last 30 years of me doing this, I know what works and I know what doesn't work. And I am not going to go down the tangents of experimenting to try to figure out how to build a business that I already know how to build. Does that make sense? That's why I'm so damn excited about what's going on right now, is because I got something I can believe in. And on that note, so does all the other leaders. These FAB calls I've been on, these Pro 10 calls I've been on, I have never seen more unity ever in my life in a company, especially with the top leadership. Because these guys are freaking awesome. They're all successful in their own right, and we're all on the same page, which is going to create an environment for you where there's no chaos and confusion. So I'm excited. That's probably just as excited as I am about this app. I'm also excited about the unity. we were growing at 300% when we were in line. All the leaders were in line, and all of corporate was in line. I've talked to Dave more in the last couple of days than I have in the last week. We do communicate quite a bit, but we've been talking a lot. And the excitement that I can see coming from corporate, and the excitement is for you. They're excited about your opportunity. And that's what I'm excited about. You guys, I'm getting paid on the 15th of the month, whether I do this, I train this, I be part of the FAB, whatever. I do all this because I love you guys and I'm fighting for you. And those of you that know me very well, you understand. So that's a whole nother story. Now, I hope you guys are feeling a little bit of my energy. And I'm sorry I got to talk so fast. I did a training today too that you can catch on Facebook somewhere. There was a little bit more detail, but now I want to talk to you something serious. So now I've done a little overview. Other leaders have taught you. You've been playing with the app. You know what's going on. A challenge was set. Rachel did a very good job about launching this Operation 25 ITT. I want to talk to you about what are you doing right now. The company throws out, we're going to put an extra 100 grand in the pool this month. And next month, if we hit our numbers, next month, we're going to put 500 grand. Okay. I'm not planting any seeds, but some of you might have thought, well, I'm going to maybe wait till next month and save all my people. Let me tell you how dumb that is. Can I be blunt? Colton, I hope I can say that. Let me tell you how dumb that is. Every one of us leaders spend all of our time figuring out ways that we can help you. We create all the things that we create to help you. Now, of course, we want to help ourselves too. And my job is I want your business to grow right now. So let me tell you why I say that's dumb. Think about this. If between now and the end of the month, you do everything you can. So I want you to go to your launch guide. I want you to print out the second page, and I want you to fill that sheet out. I want you to shoot for 25 by the end of the month. Let's say we hit 10. Well, let's say we hit all 25, but I'm going to use 10 as a number. I sign up 10 people. Now, I'm just going to assume in this case, so I can illustrate my point, that they're distributors. If you get customers, that's good too. I'm all over that. Any kind of a distributor customer is a win, and that builds confidence and belief. Okay. Wow, I'm running out of time. So they're all distributors. I get 2 shares of the pool. The company's going to send me a check. Now I'm going into the 1st of November, and it's me, and I got 10 other people that are going to fight to get that pool because I just showed them, this is my check with $100,000 put into it if we hit our numbers. What will the check be when there's 500,000 people put in it? Now I've got me and 10 other people. My business is going to start to grow. And think about it. If that replicates, I don't know if I can use that word, but if that works, what is 10 times 10? Oh, that's 100. And if they're platinum packs times 1,000, that's $100,000 in volume. What if I only do half of that? That's 50,000. But can you imagine if it's you and 10 other people running to get that pool? See, every carrot, everything that you could possibly think of has been put into place to help you succeed. So what do you think? What do you think would be the problem if it doesn't work? What do you think would keep you from succeeding? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Tonight, when you get done with this call, I want you to go in the bathroom or wherever you have a mirror, and I want you to look in the mirror. And that person that's staring at you is the one that's responsible whether this works or not. All of the help you can ever think of in the world is now available. Whatever tool you need is available. Whatever you need to succeed is now available. The old FAB, corporate, oh gosh, I almost forgot. What about Jesse and Kamal? The next time you see them, I'd just kiss them. I'd hug them, even though it's COVID. I'd do everything you can, everything these guys have done. But anyway, what they did, they've made it so there's no excuse. You guys cannot hide behind excuses anymore. It's over with. And there is so much energy going on right now that you want to get caught up in it, because I'll tell you this, I've already seen it happen. I'm not talking to you like I'm wondering what's going to happen. I've already watched the company grow 300%. Tyler and I in our back office for several months, we're growing over 20,000 people a month. Do you think that was exciting? And then chaos and confusion hit, and then it dropped down to about 8 or 9, but that's still good. Does that make sense? But it's not, we're going to grow again. I know what's going to happen. I have seen it. So here's my thing. All of you need to participate. Why not you? It's going to be somebody. Why not you? And the difference between you and getting to that, it's time and effort. Here's A, here's B. There's going to be so many meetings you have to do to get there. There's so many no's you're going to go through. There's so many no-shows. There's so many ITTs. There's so many videos you're going to send out. But every time you start doing the work, you're getting closer to that goal. So time, it just takes time. You have to be consistent, and you need to set the example. You guys should be running like crazy to fill that sheet off and get your 25. And then as soon as you do that, you do it again. And you keep doing it till you find enough people that want to run right now, and then you run with them. Anyway, okay, I took up all the time, but I think I answer all the questions as we go, but there's a couple in there. Can you upload prospects information from Facebook? That's a good question for Colton. Learn video is the tool, or use recorded video from elites. Whatever you need, you do. For me, I like the videos that were made, and don't get me wrong, I've watched Dave's presentation on the comp plan. I got some of my own. Depending on the personality of the person, when I get to that point, we'll decide how I do that, if that makes sense. So any other questions? So what are the enrollments as of today for the month of October? I am going to let Colton answer that, because I don't know. One of the things being on the FAB, we get told things. I don't know how to differentiate between what I can and can't say, so I don't say anything. So Colton, I hope you're listening to this. Why don't you guys ask me about the app, or signing people up, or what do I do if somebody says this? Or I'll tell you this, we need the other trainings you mentioned. I'm looking forward to those. Thank you. Let me tell you this. I got a response back from somebody that I know, they're in the business, and I sent him that text. He said, well, what if it's a pyramid? Or no, is this a pyramid? And I said, no, it's a 2-minute video. I thought the pyramids were in Egypt. When I hear, is this a pyramid, that is about as dumb as me saying, no, I thought they were in Egypt. But I just play with it. No, it's a 2-minute video. Watch for yourself and then tell me. Haven't you noticed a lot of people are always, instead of just figuring it out on their own, they want to ask you and take the shortcut. Just always put it back into their hands. So you guys, I hope this has been helpful. I don't really want to end on time. Keep asking me questions. I need help with my close. Oh, sweet. Oh, closing. All right. You guys realize that there's not one text that's going to sponsor everybody, and there's not one text that's going to close everybody. So here's how I help you with your close. When I'm doing a presentation, throughout the whole presentation, I'm asking these people questions. I'm asking them what they want to get out of life. I'm asking them if it was possible, looking at this income disclosure, at what point, what kind of money would you like to be making? And then when they point to it, because I've already gone through all of the different levels, I know what needs to take place to get that income. So I sit down and tell them. And then when I get done talking to them, I've asked them 100 questions, you guys, and I don't have time to tell you all the questions. You're going to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, as I ask them those questions, when we get to the end and it's time to start going to work, and they start giving me excuses, then I pull out their answers and I use them against them. So that's how I close. One of my favorite closes, because you get done doing the presentation and you're not quite sure how excited they are or how much they retained or where they're at. I don't like to say, so what do you think? I like to look at them and say, whose name do you want this application in? Yours or your wife's? Or whatever, whatever the situation, yours or hers or his or whatever. And what that does is that puts that person in the position, they now have to tell me where they're at, and I don't have to ask the question. Because one of the things I don't like, or I didn't like in the beginning, it was no's. I was afraid to ask the question because I didn't want to hear no. And then I found out if you get enough no's, you're going to get enough yeses. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the month, you go back, I got 20 no's this month. This was what my check was. There was one time in LifeVantage, my no's that month were worth $3,000 a piece. And so I got really excited and I went and got a bunch more no's. I hope that makes sense. One more question. We're 1 minute over. I can't believe that we're on time. Does the app tell us the percent of the video our prospects saw? I've been playing with it, and so far, all I can figure out is it just tells you when they've watched it. So I don't know, and maybe you know, we'll have to get that answer, but maybe when they turn it on and start watching it, that clicks and tells you they watched it. So I don't know that one yet. And you guys remember, Marcel just pulled the app out 3 days ago and started using it. So there's a lot of you that are getting started on this. So am I. Now, the app is just, all you got to learn is how to send the videos and stuff like that. All the rest of the stuff, the answering and talking and communicating back and forth and seeing. But again, it doesn't matter if they type back and say, yeah, that was a good video, then that opens the door. You want them to get the information, but you want to be the one giving them the information. Does that make sense? So it really doesn't matter how much of the video they've watched or not, unless they tell you no. Then it's really important to know how much of it they watched. Because I like to tell people, how can you say no if you don't know anything? How is it possible? Anyway, I'm not going to tell you all the things. I got a lot of smart aleck things I say to people nicely. I do it with a smile. I don't offend people. I used to. And when I used to offend people, that's where I learned how important it is that you got to go get 5 more. And for years, I had to go get 5 more because I kept offending people. So you don't want to offend. But when you do it long enough, you're going to hear all the excuses. You're going to see all the things that happen. So remember that. You've got the tools. You've got the way to get the information out. All you're trying to do is get into the door to give them your story, company story, and how you get paid. The overview video does 90% of the company story, or even more. And then you got to tell them how to get paid. And then you got to talk to them about the customer referral program, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I love you guys. When I talk, I answer a lot of questions. I hope I did. I really wanted your questions directed at the information we were talking about. But anyway, Colton, back to you, buddy.
Absolutely awesome. Guys, jump into the chat one more time. And please give a huge shout out again to Marcel Niederhauser. An incredible training. That was a ton of gold nuggets there. I mean, every like 10 seconds. So lots of good information there. Run with what you just heard. We still got a few days left in the month in October to run for that rank, whatever you're aiming for. And you know what? We're going to be doing this every single day this week. So same time tomorrow, 7 o'clock. We're looking forward to seeing all of you there. Invite your teams to join us again. We're going to be joined by Elite Pro 9 Fred Graves. It's going to be an absolute blast. But again, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow night on our next FAB check-in.
Love you all. Love you all. Thanks, Colton. Appreciate all you do for this company, buddy.
Back at you. We'll see you later, guys.